Welcome to News, Booze, and What We Choose with Danielle and Dami.
Come and drink, get the news, and come hang with us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
With my lipstick on the rim.
Wine
Oh.
girlies. Do, 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 do. What are you drinking? What kind of wine?
I'm drinking Josh. Nope. Yep.
Joshua?
Josh Cabernet Sauvignon
Hmm.
2022.
Very nice.
What
Very
are you
nice.
drinking? It's a little cloudy. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking this beautiful bottle of Encanto. It
Oh, I
is
like the label.
it's Latina owned and it's in like Napa Valley, St. Helena. Um but I love it because my mom brought it. And she is part of this organization that promotes Latino-owned wineries, which is probably like I was thinking about Napa Valley just in general. Like you got a lot of the workers, a lot of the people who like used to own the land, especially because it used to be Mexico.
Yeah.
Um, so I think there's some cool heritage there. I think we
Br
kind of talked about that when I watched, what was that one?
Clouds.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I was
The
filming that.
Nicolas Cage Clouds. The
Ah,
Nicolas
Nicholas.
Cage Clouds movie. No, Keanu Reeves.
Yes. Anyways, what have you been up to?
Well, put the organization in the description,
Mhm.
or we'll put it in the description. So just put it on our notes.
In the
But
wine.
yeah, well, I've been up to a lot. I'm gonna obviously the last time we recorded was pre-Halloween. So we've
Mm.
had a Halloween. I went out of town. I did a lot. So Thursday, the day before, I went to Los Gatos with my boys and stayed with the family that I used to nanny for eons ago. And I just love being able to see them at least once a year. And I do like an overnight. And so this year they were getting their house done. So they were actually staying at their parents' house in Los Gatos, and it's literally 3 blocks away from downtown Los Gatos. So it's like parallel.
Mhm.
Um, but it was such a fun weekend. Oh my God. So they love seeing Bryson and Charlie. Well, at least I'm not saying last names. The boys love to see them, and then they love to just I think they just like the other people's houses, especially if they have animals. So they were like freaking out over the fact that they had this cute ass cat, and they were like, "Oh my God, I love this cat." And I just think like overall, it really depends on maybe the breed because normally I'm allergic to cats. Forrest is allergic to cats, so I was like on it with our allergy medicine every morning. But neither of us had any like itchy nose, watery eyes, neither of us. And this cat was stunning. Like the biggest, beautiful eyes you've ever seen, the prettiest fur. Wyatt like successfully wrangled it up after like terrifying it the first day. But the second day picked it up and was like carrying it around. It was so cute. But then like actual Halloween night was crazy town. So I think we started at like 4 on Halloween and 2 blocks down, right like the block right before downtown.
Mhm.
So 1 block parallel is the infamous Tate Street, and they shut it down. Like, I think at one point there were like 500 trick-or-treaters on the street,
Oh my
and
God.
it was just like chaos. It was so fun though because um we like trick-or-treated a bit during the day, went back to the house. The kids had such a blast handing out candy, and then we ended up like just putting out the bowl for the night and then walked back down to Tate Street and then went to a house party there. So the boys got to experience the first house party, kind of, sort of. Um, but it was just so funny because it then made me remember. I was like, I have these random core memories as a child of going to house parties with my parents, playing with these kids, their toys, their playrooms, all this stuff,
Mhm.
and then never seeing them again for the rest of my life. And I'm like, this is exactly it. This is what it was like, where I would be just taken to like family friendly parties,
Yeah.
bunch of kids just to hang out at like together, or run around in the backyard. And then it's like you never see each other again. So it was just overall fun. And I was so funny. I was so responsible. So since we started at 4 and who I was with, where we stayed, the mom who I used to nanny her kids for, she is a partier. So we started earlier, like at literally trick-or-treating with glasses of wine. And then at the party itself, they were like in their probably mid 40s. and they made jungle juice. And
I
I was
love
like, I haven't had jungle juice since I was like 20. Um, but it was like upscale jungle juice, like the good, better stuff. So it was like that's the only perk of the people being older. Was they made jungle juice. So I had like a half glass of that, went back to wine. By the time we got back to the house, it was like the after party. But then I like tucked myself in at 10 o'clock. So I
I
was
love
like, well, because like
that.
we literally, I had to drive back. We had my birthday night that night, like the next day. So I was like, I can't get crazy and be so hungover where I'm like completely like not fun at all for my birthday.
Yeah.
So I at least was very responsible, thank God. Um, because even she goes, "Where did you go?" And I was like, "Oh, I got tired." And I went to bed. I was like, "Oh yeah, I do that sometimes. Like if I know that I have to like I'm good for the night. Bye."
Irish goodbye.
Yeah, literally, and I don't say a damn word. I just go away. I disappear. So yeah, then speaking of, the next day ended up going to the younger boys of the two. Went to his soccer game, and thank God I went to bed early because she was struggle busting. She had like the cliche day after drinking. She had the French fries from McDonald's and Diet Coke, and I was like, I'm actually feeling all right. Weird. Um, but ended up going there, then coming back, packing all of our stuff, and then getting on the road, getting home. This is why I was like in such disarray when you got here because I was like, oh my God, I have to clean now. So I was like cleaning the apartment, trying to like clean it before you got here, getting like the sheets clean because you're gonna sleep in the boys' bed. And then I was just like, I gotta start getting ready. So I was just like, whew, that was a lot. So I literally was like Halloween into driving home into then this. It wasn't like a down the street, it was like 2.5 hour drive.
Mhm.
Um, but then it was my birthday night, and you girls were so nice. And you came from Oakland, Cherie came over, and was our driver of the night, and we all three went out while my boy cousin stayed with the boys and just duded it up. And I had such a good time. We went to a plant-based sushi place. So delicious.
It was really good.
Really good. The drinks were good.
Mhm.
Then went to a Shady Lady Saloon,
Mhm.
and I think she said it was Midtown,
Yes, I
I
think.
think. I don't know the difference. Um, went to Shady Lady. Love those. Those espresso martinis were delicious.
Mhm.
And then went to this place called Snug, and it was still dressed up as a Halloween. So we gotta have
Fun. I
still
like,
like the Halloween weekend vibe kind of still.
yeah. I liked the vibes at Snug for like music. I thought it was they were playing like stuff straight from like the 90s and 2000s. It was like perfect millennial play like playlist.
Oh, heck yeah. Every single song, we're like, we know it, obviously.
Or like middle school dance.
Oh my God. And then so me and you were definitely on the like same page for sure. Thank God Cherie was on board. Because after I was like, I really want to karaoke.
Yep.
So we found, well, first originally we said this at the Shady Lady, and then the bartender that Cherie knew, that totally put, I guess, all my drinks on the house. I was like, that was really nice. Uh, we were asking about like karaoke bar, karaoke dive bar, like something like that. And then did he direct us to the one we ended up at?
Yep, he
Okay,
did.
cool. So we ended up going to this cool karaoke bar on the second floor of something. Total, just like flashback to going to dive bars, just where it was like,
It
you
wasn't
got,
like a gross dive bar though. I felt
no,
like it was like a acceptable like dive bar.
not like one where we would have walked in and been like,
I
no,
should not be here. Yeah.
no, this is gross. We're not in our 20s anymore. No, this was totally acceptable.
Yeah.
And
It's not.
it was so fun. And we got to sing my go-to song, which apparently you did not know that I sing that every single time I go karaoke.
I didn't know that. That's so weird that I didn't know that.
That's my karaoke song. So I sang Bloodhound Gang's Bad Touch, and it's just because I can't sing. I can't carry a tune. I try. I can't.
You did
Uh,
great. You did great.
well, thank you. But I can talk rap. So I can do that or Vanilla Ice. But like I can't do sing by myself. But dare I say, I did force you guys to sing Celine Dion. And that's
Yeah.
the only time you'll ever hear me sing Celine Dion is with other people.
I can sing it in the car. It's a lot of fun.
Exactly. No, it was good. And that was our exit song. Literally, the second we were done, we put the mics down. We were like, we're out. Bye. But it was just so funny because was it you or Cherie that was like, oh yeah, when you were singing Bloodhound Gang, there were those two boys, and I say boys because they were probably like 22 tops, right against the stage,
Mhm.
like cheering on anybody that was karaokeing once they like rolled in.
Yeah, they were
And
karaoke type men.
they were, oh, for sure. They were like, if they could, they would get behind us and be like our go girl, like our
Mhm.
dancers in the background. But they were totally like not realizing what I was singing until after I sang it. I was like, oh, I love that.
Yeah, we were like, I don't think they've ever heard this song because the like lights were turning on, from like just being hype men to like, what is this song? This
Wait,
is
what is she
hilarious and
saying?
amazing. Yeah.
She's saying what now?
And then they started getting into it and singing it too. So it was, yeah, that was a cute moment to see.
No, I'm like, oh, I educated the youth.
My guess is that maybe like millennials babies, like our kids might eventually know that song, maybe. Because I don't think that was like our generation. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, that was like TRL coming home from like freshman year. So I was like
I'm
probably
gonna
like
play this for my
99,
kids. Say, yeah.
99. And oh yeah, that was like I love that song. And I always thought the Blur was a blonde guy that was dressed. They were all dressed in monkey suits, and there was a blonde guy that was in a monkey suit. And I was like, he's the attractive one of the band. That's him. That's
I
definitely him.
like would barely listen or watch the music video because I was so like embarrassed by like the sexuality at that age. I was like, no, no, we can't sing that. Like, oh my God.
Excuse me, what now with the X-Files on? From the back? What?
I was like, I don't even know what that means.
No, I know. Trust
Uh,
me. At the time, I didn't know what that meant either. They were just dressed as monkeys. And then I realized what the lyrics were.
Anyways, all right. So what else?
Oh, and then the last thing, it was just like you know what? Fuck it. I took a long weekend. I'm just gonna keep going. So
Mhm.
then after birthday, which I woke up, felt bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah. Hmm.
I didn't feel it like, and I think it helped because when we got back, we both had a little adaptogen magnesium beverage, ate a
Hmm.
little something, chit-chatted for a couple hours, and then went to bed. I think if we came directly home, didn't drink water, and just went directly to bed, we would have woken up feeling like asshole.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so I think it did help that we had a little like powwow before bed
Yeah.
to kind of sober up, drink water, and I think the adaptogen drink helped because that was like a lot of minerals and stuff. But then the next day, smartly enough, I did book it at
Hmm.
4 o'clock, not immediately in the morning, thank God, because I was able to kind of just be like a lazy bum.
Yeah.
Um, but I did plan Santa visit on the 2nd of November. So I reserved a Santa visit for the boys, and it was actually perfect because it's not like I wanted to get it out of the way. I just knew that if I waited till closer to Thanksgiving, it was just gonna get way more hectic. The lines were gonna get way longer. It's just gonna be harder to get like that whole thing and where it's enjoyable. We literally got out of the car, walked straight up to Santa's workshop, walked on in. They got to have a little powwow with Santa. They were like not having it, where they were like, I don't want to stand by this man. I don't want to be near this man. So I actually had to go. So I posted pictures. And if you probably didn't know, fun little factaroo, I was actually behind Santa, ducked down behind the chair to keep the boys next to me. Because every time I walked away, they both try to leave. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, 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 I want a picture. And they're like, no. So I finally had to go behind Santa and literally crouch down. And then they stood next to him, but like no joke, like a gap this big from them and Santa.
Good. Uh,
They talked to him, and like Forrest told him what he wanted for Christmas and all the stuff. But it was just so funny, like the picture when they were like finally like, okay, picture time. They're like, no, 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 no. So yeah, I had to do what I had to do to make the picture work. It was funny.
kind of reminds me, I wonder if I can find it. D different but similar, like trying to blend into a picture when the boys were not even one. their first Halloween. I dressed them up as a couple of things, but one of them were like these little pumpkins, and I wanted to like have them like kind of sit up and like be together in their pumpkin
But
suits.
they
So
were still kind of like moldable, so they were like
yeah,
falling over.
yeah. And so I dressed them up. I wore all black and I blended into my ottoman. I'm laying down on the ottoman and I asked Charlie to take a picture. But you know, men taking photos of you is like,
It is the worst. Like, oh,
you
you want a
don't.
pretty picture? Okay, so I'm gonna get down real low, get you from underneath, and I'm gonna wait until you sneeze and then snap a picture.
You know, it was a man who took Donald Trump's like neck
No,
picture.
honestly, I actually think it is a woman because she's
It
like,
probably
let's
was.
get to the most unattractive angle, and we're gonna do it.
100%.
This is what my husband would do for me.
Yeah.
No, if
Oh.
you, I want you to go look at my picture though, because you can't even see my feet. It was beautiful, but not like right now.
Mhm.
Um, but it was just so funny. It was perfect. But overall, yeah, 10 out of 10 weekend. I had such a good time. There was literally nothing that stuck out where I was like, that could have been better. No, Halloween, birthday, Santa, bada bing, bada boom, fantastic weekend. Such a good time.
Love
What were you up to other than obviously now let's start with your Halloween weekend.
it. We have like a neighborhood party that's not too far from us, and
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. You kind of talked about like that's what you're looking forward to.
yeah, it was really cute. They went all out. They had the firemen come, they like help block off like part of the street, and then they let the kids climb into the fire truck and ring the bells. All very, very sweet. Also
Mhm.
easy on the eyes for the moms and maybe the dads too.
Get yours where you can get yours.
Um,
The bored dads that are like, not too bad.
Let's see where we go. Cool.
Hmm.
And then like all the little houses had different things. It wasn't just like passing out candy. You had like a ring toss or a bean
Fun.
bag, like whatever, just different activities. There was also at the other end, there was a food truck. They had like snacks and popcorn. Someone had a photo booth. We really wanted to take the photo booth, but we were like, this line is crazy. And I was getting ring notifications of our own trick-or-treaters, and I'm obsessed with trick-or-treaters. I love
Did you put a bowl out?
no, because we were like, we'll go down there really quick and then we'll come back. So I probably missed like maybe 3 rings and then we booked it back
Oh,
home. Not too bad. Yeah.
okay.
Nothing too bad. But then like once like we got back, I Charlie stayed in the house to pass out candy and made dinner for us. And then I took the boys around our own block because our block is pretty quiet. And I know that some people decorated, and so I wanted to like show them love too, because like if you decorate and you know you're on a quiet street, I'm like, you also love trick-or-treaters like
And
we
you
do. So,
know
like,
that you get candy, and you're like, most
yeah.
likely half of this will stay at the house because no one's gonna get here to get all of it.
Yeah, so I wanted to just like kind of show some love to those who have like their lights on. The boys were really cute. They were like learning how to like open their bags, do the whole thing, trick or treat, thank you, thank you. And then when we got back to the house, we got a bunch of trick-or-treaters, and then the boys got to learn how to pass out candy, which was a weird concept the first time. But he like Lucas was
Forrest
like,
loved
he
it.
was like, wait, no, no, that's my big bowl of candy. And then he started getting the hang of it and was like tossing it in.
So remember, I think it was Forrest was a year and a half, maybe, and he was dressed as Gizmo, and he was in his little walker thing, and he literally would come up to the door, and he would grab his little hand, and put it in there, but he was like in his little Jeep walker
Oh, cute.
because he
Yeah.
couldn't walk yet. So, and like it was just so adorable seeing this like little Gizmo being like, "Here you go."
Yeah, it was super cute. I think the cutest like part of it was the boys like didn't want to take their costumes off, and I had a anglerfish and a shark. And one of the last families that came, they had to like go all the way up the stairs,
Oh, you
and
made those people hoof up the stairs. You didn't just go to the bottom.
I did, yeah,
You made
because
them earn it.
yeah, because we were like, we're eating dinner now, and now like, sorry, you got to come to us. I think in hindsight, like maybe next year, I'll go down there and set it up like a
You know what you
little.
should do next year? Be the house that has like adult trick or treats.
That's
and
what I
kitchen.
really want. Yeah. And I was like, I want to put out a table so I can like sit out here and chill and we can like, relax and eat pizza or whatever. But anyway, so the last family, one of them had a giant blow up anglerfish. And that was really cute because I was like, I have an anglerfish, and then they got to like see each other, and it was really cute. So it was like a
Stop.
big kid and then my small kid. So very, very cute.
Oh.
Great neighborhood, lots of fun. The rest of the week, it's kind of we had a really big, yeah, long weekend. I mean, like I went to your shindig, and that was a lot of fun. I was pleasantly surprised. I've known that Sacramento has some great food, and I've like had the opportunity to eat some great food, but I didn't know about like their going out scene, and not that I would now because I'm a mom. Um,
Yeah.
but it was really fun to just like do that and have that time with you.
And I feel
And
like the people that we did interact with, like the random like people that were next to us at the bars and stuff, they
the
were just
girls
all
were so sweet.
fun.
Yeah, very sweet.
Yeah.
Good people. And then the next day, was a pie party. I had another friend who had a pie
Oh
party.
yeah.
That was, you know what? It was, t it's like pie sounds so much fun, and I love pie, and I'm grateful that I got to go and like I made it and I made a pie.
Oh,
But
you did? I thought Charlie was gonna make the pie.
I actually ended up making the pie because I really want, yeah.
What'd you
Um,
make?
Wait, hold on. So
Oh,
it,
sorry.
it was hard because I was done, and the last thing that I wanted to do was probably make a pie. And that day Charlie was he was like running around doing a bunch of other stuff too, and I was like, I am not asking this man to make a pie.
You're like,
You're
hey, can you
like,
add like a seventh thing to your list today? That would be
yeah, I
great.
was like, no, like I think I can do this. So I ended up making a pumpkin chai pie with maple whipped cream, and it came out really good. Um,
Oh. Would you make it again for Thanksgiving?
yes, 100%. I
I thought
actually,
you were gonna make a maple glazed pecans. I thought for some reason thought you said we were gonna say that, not the cream.
yeah, it was very good. I actually have some leftover ingredients from I make it before. I did buy my crust though, because at that point I was like, there's no freaking way I'm making my own crust today. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, no.
I've made a couple of handmade crusts because I've done like Dutch apple pie, regular apple pie, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Dare I say, I think the crust is the thing that actually is more laborious because you have to make it, then you have to cool it, then you have to
Cool.
fold it, then you have to
Yeah.
roll it, then you have the filling part is like me, 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 like so quick. But the crust itself, I think you were smart to do
Oh,
a
it's
store-bought.
reasonable to do it within a nap time frame. You're not going to do a crust and the filling in nap time. That's like
Oh
a day.
God, no.
So, anyways, that was cool. Off air, I'll tell you more. Um,
Oh, okay. I'm gonna remind that making a note.
yeah.
Not really. Like there's literally nothing.
And then the rest of the week was just kind of like, the regular stuff. I put on here cuteness with a flower blanket. So I did a post
Oh, I just read it. I actually didn't read it until now.
today. So the boys have this blanket that has um I didn't know, but it has some like sentimental values from my mom, and a friend of hers. And this friend, his mom made the blanket for me when I was a baby, and I actually didn't know that until recently. That it was like specifically made for me. And like it is one of those blankets that is like it has like the flower. It's not quilted, but it's maybe
Knit,
it's
knit.
yeah, maybe it's knitted. And
So
it's
quilt
like
is when
very
it has
sentimental.
a yeah, quilt is when it has a front and back and it has like the
Not a quilt.
patterns. Knit is when you can actually hold it up and probably see through a little bit.
Yeah, no, I know what quilting is. I just didn't know what like the knitting the word.
And the definition
Um,
of no, I'm just kidding.
Shut up. Like, it's knitting. I was thinking the other one, crochet.
Ah.
My brain was thinking crochet, but I was like, that's not right. So I'm glad you said that. Anyways, so it was cute because I almost got rid of this blanket because it is a vibrant color green. And like there's some orange in it and some like purples. I mean, it is colorful.
Wait, green,
I am
orange,
not
purple?
oh yeah. It's
Huh.
like, yeah. So
Huh.
in my like beige mom world. This blanket was like clashing. So I was like, Mom, should I get rid of this? And she's like, don't donate it. I'll take it if you really don't want it, but it was made for you. And so here's the cute thing is that since the boys were little, I've been putting them on this blanket and giving them like blanket choo-choo rides. And they still like remember that. So today they like out of nowhere asked for this blanket and we spent I probably like 30 minutes playing all kinds of different things with this blanket. It was a flower train, it was a flower car, it was a truck. Like they're
Have
getting
they seen Aladdin? Could it be a magic carpet?
they haven't seen that one yet, but we could do that one.
What?
And then they were trying to like cool each other, and then they made a fort, and then they were cuddling. So I mean, just like then they were hiding. It was adorable. So everyone needs a very colorful crochet knit blanket because this thing is clutch when it comes to entertaining your kids, but also just really sweet. And the reason why I'm wearing PJs today, before we move on, because I would be remiss to not acknowledge the fact that I'm
The
wearing
elephant in the room.
my pajamas.
No, this isn't another awesome cardigan set that she bought off an influencer.
One is being worn because the boys were extra cute today too, and out of nowhere asked that we all wear our family pajamas, which is the polar bears. So I wore it, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna wear this thing on the pod because
Heck
it's
yeah.
so
It's seasonal. Hey, I have my Christmas tree up. You blend with my decorations. I have everything up actually Christmas style. That goes into when are you decorating for Christmas?
Well, I just took down Halloween today.
That's crazy town.
So
I literally did it on the second just because I had to wait till the second.
it, it was like all indoor was taken down of like maybe on the weekend, but not put away. And then outdoor took way longer. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking that maybe I have like partly some stuff during Thanksgiving because we're hosting. Um, but I don't want it to be like full blown. But also, if I don't decorate for Christmas early, it's not going to happen because we leave in December, like 17th. So
Yeah. Um, I think you should do it now. I'm a big advocate for the longer the better because I do 2 months Halloween decor. I start September 1st. There was one year I started August 13th because it was Friday the 13th. And I was like, well, obviously I have to decorate for Halloween on August 13th. So I decorated for Halloween then, but I always do 2 months of Halloween and 2 months of Christmas. And then it's like Board Town USA for the rest of the year. So you might as well freaking just
yeah.
rock on and do your Christmas decor early.
Uh-huh. I gotta figure out like how much decor outside we're gonna do because
Do
since
you
we'll
have
be
a lot of decor outside? Like Halloween or more?
no, I think Halloween is definitely takes the cake, which is why it takes so long to put
Oh
up
yeah,
and
that's right. Okay, I give you a pass because you have so much shit for outside.
um not Halloween, sorry, Christmas. Christmas we have maybe like four blow ups, and then we mainly stick with blow ups and then the lights. And the lights are supposed to be year round, but we haven't put them up yet. So we may do that or we may not do that this year. I don't know, we'll see. But again, like I said, if it doesn't happen,
Do
it's
it now.
yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
bug you every weekend until you do it.
Um, anyways, shall we get into what the fuck, Trump?
Of course. Well, that Folio, he's still on his little kick of being a fucking fascist dictator. Um, but what shall we talk about first? Because I swear he's just been so busy. The
Uh,
government's still shut down, so he's won his award that we talked about. It's
yes,
like the longest shutdown that has happened. But he's still not busy, not busy. He's still doing shit
he
or
is. Yeah. I
or
think
lack thereof.
the quick news real quick of like what's been going on, like the FAA air traffic began today, the cuts due today due to the government shutdown. So 1,000 flights were canceled, 5,000 were delayed. My heart goes out to you if you were one of those. And we don't have an end in sight. The Supreme Court temporarily, oh, we should talk about this. So with those cuts, or with the government shutdown, a big topic is the SNAP benefits. Do you want to read that first one? just like kind of
do you want to go from FAA to SNAP, or do you want to finish FAA first?
I think was that it on the FAA?
Well,
Say that.
we'll add the link of all the airports that are going to see the cuts.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's already been massive delays. There's already 1,000 flights that have been completely canceled. So that's not really going to end anytime soon. But also, I have a friend who works at the Sacramento airport. And he even said he's actually surprised that Sacramento wasn't on the list or San Jose wasn't on the list. He thought that those two were going to be for sure on the list, but it's actually San Francisco airport that's getting affected
I
for
heard
for our
too this
area.
morning, like Oakland will be shortly behind that, and as well as I'm sure San Jose would be on the list. I
Mm,
think just it just depends on like how much time. But basically, if you're near a major airport, a globe, a little international airport, it'll most likely be affected. I mean, it's pretty bad out there. And ultimately the airlines are the ones who will decide which flights will get canceled. They said that they'll start with more of like those domestic short flights. So you're think about like SFO or could be eventually San Jose to LAX. Those are the ones. So I'm really grateful that we did not decide to fly into LA next
oh,
week.
you're gonna drive.
Yeah, we'll be driving. Yeah, it's
Ooh,
just so expensive anyways. I mean, we were just talking about it with a friend that she was looking for San Jose to LAX and it was $300 per person.
round trip or one way?
Round trip, but still that's ridiculous
That's a lot.
to fly within your own state.
That's
Like think
crazy
about
because
Europe, like
even when
take
I was on the fence with me going for Halloween to Portland, it was because I found tickets like back in August before Halloween, and they were only like 118 round trip, and I was like, oh my God, what a steal! And then no joke, it of course end of September hit, they went right back up to 375 round trip.
This is like so shitty because like think about Europe. Europe gets to hop around all of Europe for like pennies in comparison. I mean, they would choke on their freaking like on their nice European wine if they even knew how much we were spending. They're like we're talking about like 70, $60 round trip to go to like London to like freaking Spain. Like get out of here, guys. Anyway,
But
so
fingers crossed for you because you're gonna have to fly.
yeah, that's at the end. Well, mid-December. So, wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, if he really keeps it shut down through then, that's gonna be crazy town, USA.
That actually, so I was thinking about, I was like, that makes me want to get on a plane, leave, and never come back even more.
And I wouldn't blame you. I'd be like, I'm right behind Joe when I can figure out what I can do overseas and what time zone I can work in.
I'm like, it's part of Project 2025 to like not let your people out of the country. So I don't know if it is, but that seems like a likely evil plan to me. And so that makes me want to get on a plane and, like I said,
Never come back.
come back. Thank you. See you later. I don't want to see what happens next.
No, legitimately, I just had a client today straight up say that he's going to a going away party for a coworker who is going to Switzerland and never coming back. And I was like, oh, can I go?
Amazing. Wow. They figured it out. Good for them.
Well, her husband's from Switzerland.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's like the only reason why it would really make sense. Like it's not going to just be like me out of nowhere being like, "Hey, I'm going to go live in Sweden." Like
How many people can you be married to in Sweden? Switzerland?
truly, hey, international folks, because I know that we do reach a lot of the world. If you're interested, and I have two littles, I mean,
You're single.
I'm very, very interested in leaving.
This is this is how like what was it like a mail order bride started in like third world countries and like here we are.
Begging, like, get us out.
Hey guys, please.
No, but yeah, feel free, drop a DM, email, whatever. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I'm open to
Ask for
all.
consent before sending her any of your nudes, okay?
Ew, don't do that. Unless I
Well,
ask. You always ask a lady first. Always be a
absolutely.
gentleman.
Okay, back into it. Okay, so one of the things who we would be remiss not to talk about is the SNAP benefits. So,
Yeah.
the Supreme Court temporarily paused uh sorry, Supreme Court justice temporarily pauses order requiring Trump admin to fully fund SNAP.
And
Um
that was like a back and forth the whole week.
it
It was
was
like they were like, "No, you have to pay." And they're like, we don't want to pay. This is
yeah.
ridiculous." Like the fact that this literally was the people who are in charge actually want to refuse to feed the people they're overseeing. Like think about that for a second.
Yeah. They're going out of their way to not feed their people. And when it's like everyone, like these, the American people are your people.
Allegedly.
And like they are your people and they're your people to take care of. So this is such a failing. But then or like 2 hours ago, it came out that the upshot is the Department of Agriculture will not have to immediately honor a lower cut court order, which required it to transfer 4 billion to be spent on the program by the end of the day. So basically, ha ha ha, we get away with it.
Uh-huh.
So this is
Uh-huh.
shitty.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And just full disclosure, like one would think single mom of two boys would probably be acceptable for SNAP benefits. No, I make too much. I can't get SNAP benefits. So that's why like I'm very much like for the fact that it is just so actually ridiculous to the point that they're so fighting for this. Like again, it is them literally saying, "Yeah, we are here to rule over America, but we don't want Americans to be fed."
it's gonna bite them in the ass.
Uh,
Really?
I reposted this thing that was like, let's ask the French what happened
Yeah.
when you stopped feeding the French and built a grand ballroom gala situation. Let's ask what happened then.
It's one of those things where it's like that guy and he's like the fuck around and find out chart, you know? Don't feed your people. Okay. Defund all of the programs. All right. Taxes, light, cost of living all go up. All right. We'll see how
Let's
that
see
goes.
what happens.
Yeah. Which kind of moves me into the next story. So, this past week was really busy for Trump, like you said. Like I feel like he
Government shutdown, but homeboy was like, no, no,
is
no, 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 no.
one of the very big stories that a lot of people are starting to either kind of pay attention to or researching a little bit more is a country called Venezuela. Have you heard about these happenings?
No, fill me
Okay.
in.
So earlier in
I
September,
I have
you
just
do
seen
know. I
snippets,
know you know.
but fill
So
me
earlier
in.
in September, we mentioned this either last podcast or the podcast before. We mentioned the different I almost said spaceships. My bad. Sorry.
I mean, honestly, not wrong because I've seen a lot of video footage that apparently spaceships
They
they're on their way here, FYI, guys.
I'm
Just
like, that is so fake. I'm
it's happening in like 3 weeks.
oh.
Remember, there's like a deadline, like the 25th or something like that, like right before Thanksgiving. We're gonna get invaded by aliens. Watch out, guys. Get prepared. Continue.
So Trump and his administration have blown up several boats like that are not they're not like near us at all.
Drug boats.
Um, and yeah, and drug boats. And now it's coming out a little bit more of like kind of what the mentality, the thought is, because Russia and China have both sent also their presence as well to Venezuela. So in Trump says he doubts, according to the 60-minute interview that happened this week, he doubts the US will go to war with Venezuela. And what I've learned about Trump is that if he says something, it's usually the opposite.
Yeah,
Um, so
he's
when
a
he was running
pathological liar.
he really is. So when he was running, he said, we're not going to get into any new wars. And here we are. So Donald Trump has played down the possibility of a U.S. war with Venezuela, but suggests Nicolas Maduro's days as the country's president were numbered. I mean, like what a bold statement.
But
Um,
but there's not gonna be a war.
but there's not going to be war. So asked if the U.S. was going to war against Venezuela, the U.S. president told CBS 60 Minutes, I doubt it. I don't think so, but they've been treating us very badly. Guys, for
Okay.
2 months, the U.S. military has been building up a force of warships, fighter jets, bombers, marines, drones, and spy planes in the
Oh,
Caribbean Sea. It is the largest deployment there for decades. The U.S. continues to launch strikes on alleged drug smuggling boats in the Caribbean, and the Trump administration says the strikes are necessary to stem the flow of drugs into the U.S. So here's the thing, and my mom's been sending me all kinds of wonderful videos too.
love
So
it.
they obviously are trying to spin this story to the American people that like we have this like duty to protect our US soil from all of these like drug cartel and people, right? And like
So
they're
many
bad
drugs.
people. And like the thing is that the president there, Nicolas Maduro, not the greatest guy either, right? So it's like easy to spin that. There are people who are starving in Venezuela as well. So they're gonna take this and like kind of spin it. But here's the thing: Venezuela has the most oil in the world, more than Saudi Arabia, more than yeah. So, um, this is why we're seeing China and this is why we're seeing Russia and now us coming in and trying to shift the narrative that like, oh, we need to come in and save it. So this could be really shitty, which also kind of like makes me question like, is this why he has prepped his bomb shelter? Is this why he renamed the Pentagon? Just like the writing on the wall, it's just kind of shitty. So,
And they say the writing on the wall is blood. And whose blood is that? The Americans. Because Homeboy's gonna be under his little bunker,
yeah.
not getting affected by any of this.
Um, I also added in a fun story here as part of this like 60-minute interview. They also
Fun.
They also did a fact check. So 18 false claims Trump made on 60 Minutes. And let's see. Okay. So President Donald Trump littered his new his new 60-minute interview with a wide-ranging assortment of false claims.
Wait, is this when he pulled out the papers?
I think that also includes that. Yeah, that was
Okay.
literally. The vast majority of them previously debunked. We counted at least 18 inaccurate assertions. So Trump told his usual lie that the free and fair 2020 election was stolen from him, and he lied again that grocery prices are down, even after CBS Nora O'Donnell informed him they are up. He declared once more that there is now no inflation, though there certainly is. I literally just saw it on my homeowner's insurance. And then the inflation is 2% or even less than 2%, though the most recent available consumer price index figures is still up 3%. The president also deployed multiple other fictional numbers during his exchanges with O'Donnell, which were recorded about last Friday on Sunday. So he falsely claimed that 17 trillion is being invested in the US right now, though the 17 trillion figure is nearly double the White House's own wildly inflated figure. He falsely claimed each alleged drug boat the US has attacked in recent weeks kills 25,000 Americans, though experts note this figure plainly does not make sense. Um,
What?
yeah. He falsely claims some recent former presidents invoked the Insurrection Act 28 times, though no individual president has invoked it on more than 6 occasions, with this record set by President Ulysses S. Grant in the 1800s. That's insane, guys. He falsely claimed he has ended 8 wars, though his list includes 2 situations that were not wars at all, and at least 1 war that continues. Ooh, excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
That last one was like a very big, loud screaming sneeze, so I'm really glad that I muted. Um, he falsely claimed CBS aired an edited interview with Trump 2024 opponent Kamala Harris 2 days before the election, though it was actually more than 4 full weeks. And then he also claimed that Joe Biden gave 350 billion in aid to Ukraine. The real number is well under half that, and allowed in 25 million migrants. The real number here is well half that too. So those are just a few of them.
Shocking, appalling
Mhm.
that he is a liar.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
pathological liar Trump. No way.
Yeah, shocking. I just don't know how people are still like, yeah,
That's my man.
yeah. I think everyone,
Vote
not
Trump.
everyone is getting totally royally. Yeah. So that wraps up our what the fuck Trump.
Yeah.
Um, and we will jump on into what we choose, which I cannot wait. You have this next one, and I am gonna pour myself some more wine because I can't wait to hear what you
Woo doggy. Okay, so a post birthday gift to me. On November 6th, the hug, the hands through the air, the embrace, the looks, the that's my man type of speech. Oh my God, that everyone saw. Oh, yes, I'm talking about Erika Kirk and JD Vance. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, okay, so, whew, if you didn't see this, and you're obviously living under a rock, but there was the infamous picture. If you didn't see the video, there are videos, but if you didn't see the video, you had to have seen the picture of her. And every single person's like, I'm sorry, if any woman hugged my husband like that, I would
Oh,
be arrested.
I did see that too.
She goes up in her little pleather pants and her crop top, rolls out on stage at a Turning Point USA event, then goes and grabs JD Vance and puts her hands through his hair, embraces, embraces. I'm talking not just like a quick little hug, hello, not a hello sailor. Oh, no, 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 no. This is a longing embrace. This is a, we've had some meetings behind the scenes embrace. Oh, good Lord. Oh, yeah. And also the AI thing that you just sent me.
It's so
Hilarious.
funny.
Uh, we'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, so Lip Reader, the one, the article that I'm going to actually refer to is Lip Reader reveals heartbreaking exchange between Erika Kirk and JD Vance. I'm sorry, but legitimately, no. Uh, Also behind the scenes, like behind the, I guess, what, the curtain, she was putting stuff under her eyes to make her start crying. Like
What?
there was stuff like they people are saying they're alleging that there was like liquid put on like it was supposed to be like a tissue, but she kept like blotting it inside her eye to make
Hmm.
her eyes start watering right before she went on stage. But the thing is, and again, this is all alleged. I'm just going to say this to protect ourselves. Allegedly, we do remember the memorial,
Hmm.
the WWE fireworks entrance memorial. That was paid for before Charlie Kirk passed away.
Who
I'm
said?
just I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
Allegedly, that was paid for and planned to have said event prior to him actually being exiled in a murderous plot.
How are we able to offer the Willow Creek bed for
Exactly. Exactly. Um, so I don't know. Do what you will with that information. I've just seen a lot of things over the last week because again, this embrace head schmer happened a couple days ago. I want to say like literally a couple days ago.
It wasn't
Um,
like her putting her hand through his
I'm
hair, but
sorry if I ever walked up to Charlie and did that, and it literally sat there, not even just like a quick little hug, but like sat there for a hot second and like just stayed there in that embracing hug. Wouldn't you be like,
also like the hand on the hips too, like
where, oh, he put his hand on her little pleather hips
yeah.
and he just hung out there.
Yeah, I don't like it. I would be uncomfortable if somebody hugged me that way.
Oh, oh my
Like,
God, I just got reminded
oh,
legitimately yesterday, Jason Aldean and his wife, I don't, spacing right now is what her name is. There's a video, I put it in our story, and it literally was like titled, Erika Kirk at it again. And she's doing this hardcore embrace to Jason Aldean. And then in the background, you see Erika Kirk. You see Mrs. Aldean, because again, fucking cannot remember her first name.
Brittany.
Thank you. Where she's just looking at her and she's just going, you can see her actually do this like that, like gesture where she's like, okay, we're done now. Kind of like, you can stop now. You can see her actually doing that,
Oh,
like
was it a real hug from who?
Erika Kirk to Jason Aldean. And she's just like holding him and being like, I'm like, okay, I get it. You're a hugger, but girl, learn your limits.
Yeah. I've never seen this lady before, but she's really pretty. Brittany Aldean.
Yeah, so look up Erika Kirk, Jason Aldean hug, and then I'm sure you'll see like Brittany Aldean like in the background being like, like, you're done now. Get off my husband. So everyone is basically telling like, uh, they're basically since the hug that was heard around and saw around the world with JD Vance.
They're like, oh, she's just a hugger.
No, no, no. Prior that, the Jason Aldean hug. So everyone's like, Usha, you better watch out because JD Vance has already been obviously on mic talking about how he finds it difficult that his wife um, doesn't convert to Christianity because she is Hindu. That it is his wife, JD Vance's wife,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
um,
Oh,
because she hasn't converted. And he's said this in multiple like public forums, saying like, yeah, one day I would love to have my wife convert, but we've actually agreed upon raising our children in a certain fashion, but it would make it. And then there was another one that came out like earlier on in the presidency race that was like, she has to just laugh at everything I say. And she's like off to the side going,
oh, I saw that. That was so weird. I didn't know that was his
so
wife.
fucking
I didn't
weird.
even know this was his wife. Weird.
Yeah. And no joke, since she started and now to where she's at, it literally, people are like, she looks like she is aged 10 years because of stress.
Like who? I don't understand who is she? Why does she look so normal?
Yeah, I don't know. But overall, I just think like everyone's like, watch out, everyone that gets hugged by Erika Kirk, watch out, the wife. Something's gonna happen with their brake lines. Calm down, guys. Watch out. Allegedly.
Sorry, give me 1 minute. I'm just gonna go get a tissue. I'm like dying right here.
Okay.
Thank
Hold,
you.
hold. All right. Now let's just jump on to the
I'm back.
Itchy Eye Magoo is here reporting for duty. Not me, you. Um, don't mind her if she just raw dogs her eyeball.
Yep.
Uh, so fun fact, fun news, Prop 50 passed. So
Yeah, yeah.
hoot and a holler. So they're gonna redraw the maps because I mean, okay, I'm never retaliation. I'm never fight fire with fire. Especially now, I'm like so much therapy in. Like I'm not that way anymore. But if you're going against Trump, you kind of have to do that. You kind of have to be like, all right, well, if you're going to be dirty, I'm going to play dirty too. So thank God Newsom decided to back, obviously, Prop 50. So Texas redrew their map. Well, now California can do the same. So tough damn cookies, y'all. Yeehaw.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Um, so yeah, so we'll see what happens in midterms. That's next year, right?
Yep.
Yep. So we'll see what happens then. Fingers crossed. Obviously, we already know that New York City has a now Democrat mayor,
Yep.
and that
Amazing.
what?
I said amazing.
And the fact that Trump lost his goddamn mind,
Yeah, he really did.
literally tweeted or truth or whatever, 16 times within like 2 hours, lost his goddamn mind. And then after he won and it was announced that the Democrat is now the mayor of New York City, he took to Twitter or X or whatever and said, well, now it begins. Okay, so what's that about? What's that about, my child? Like
Why is
literally,
this like emotionally unregulated?
Get your phone out of your
and
fucking president's
fucking
hand.
running the country and has the codes to like nuclear weapons. Like, why? Why was that a good idea? Like, pull this dementia freaking
Oh my God,
a-hole hole, this little shit out.
speaking of putting fucking labels on places like this is the Oval Office. This is the entrance. This is the guy, and everyone's now making a joke. You're making everything look like the freaking Cheesecake Factory. It literally has gold calligraphy directing you to where the restroom is.
That's amazing.
Literally every single person is now saying like, okay, so
Whoever came up with that is a genius. That is hilarious.
you turn the White House into the Cheesecake Factory. Cool, cool guy, cool. Especially with the outdoor fucking like seating area now.
That is amazing and hilarious. Where can I get my blue cheese dirty martini?
That fun fact, that was actually the first place I ever had a martini, and it was called the black pepper martini. It was a sip of my friends at the time. It was disgusting. It was the most
Sounds
disgusting
disgusting.
thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Are
Ugh.
those still around? Cheesecake factories? They
Yeah.
are, right?
Oh my
Particularly.
God. People will come like out of the suburbs to go into a cheesecake factory or like out of the cities to go into the cheesecake factory, whatever. Because like there's still a thing. I haven't been in one, my God, since I was like 20.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me.
That was never my jam.
I had some fun. I had some fun. It's like a period of time like where you're like at dive bars, but you're like
Oh my
transitioning,
God.
you know?
Don't you
Like
remember my ex roommate? He was actually a Cheesecake Factory waiter.
I could see that.
Yeah, so my ex roommate, one of them, literally had so many whites. Like usually you have to wear all white when you work there. For some reason, while you're serving food, you have to wear all white. The stupidest thing I've ever heard. So he worked at Cheesecake Factory. He was also Jehovah's Witness. He was a fun time to, if it, as long as it wasn't a holiday party that I was throwing a themed party about, he was a fun time gal. He dressed as Miss Piggy one year for my decades party. Were you at the decades party?
But that is
Oh my
hilarious.
God, I had like over 100 people in that cul-de-sac house. Every single room was decorated for a different decade. And he dressed as Miss Piggy. But then if it was an actual holiday, oh no, 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 no.
I miss a good
Not
holiday
allowed.
party. Those are fun. Okay, I'm gonna bring us in before I sneeze. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys.
Bless you.
I am disgusting. I am sorry. Okay, but this one is like the most important one, and I have this here. It's like it's like Russell Vought himself gave me allergies, so I don't talk about this.
It could be. Who knows?
Okay, so I was listening, as I do on my commute to the news.
NBR.
And well, because of the defunding
You're
that has
50?
happened, I
Oh,
don't listen to NPR now because I also can't afford to pay for another subscription. So no, NPR, I am sorry, I can't fund you. So I'm listening to Apple News. And they did a segment on Russ Vought. So if you haven't heard of Russ Vought, you probably have, and you just don't know it. There's a lot of names going around, and also you may have seen his face before. So he is this is the man behind President Trump's dismantling of the federal government. This is an incredibly important story. I would highly suggest going and listening to this episode. Did you get a chance to listen to it?
no.
Please, please,
I'm
please.
just looking at his face.
Yeah. Well, he's only 49 years old. This is like, I was talking to my mom about like who is out there, who has been like responsive and like the going and exercising your right to protest. And she was like, you know who's missing? It's like old people, people your age, really like younger people, but the middle is missing. It's like my sister, my brother, my older siblings generation is missing. And he's in that generation. That's X? The
Gen
X?
X.
Yeah, Gen X. So in the New Yorker article, it was also published by ProPublica, the reporter Andy Kroll.
He has been studying and following Russell Vought for many years now. So he has been interviewing people around him, trying to figure out like who is this man? What is the influence that he has? What's his relationship with Donald Trump? Is it like highly influential? Um, and so he really describes Russell Vought, who is a director of the Office of Management and Budget. So that title in itself, I think a lot of Americans tune out. Guys, wake up. Don't tune out. This is really, really important. One of the best ways that Andy Kroll explains this is think of the management, the Office of Management and Budget as like your parents. So um, let's say Congress gets approval for spending. It goes to this office. And think about it in parents in the sense that like you have an allowance for the year, but your parents are like, we don't want you to spend it all in one place, so we're gonna give it to you in segments. Okay, so you don't, we're not gonna go broke. Um, and in a normal administration in the past, what has happened is that that's pretty much run very like seamlessly. There's been some times where it's been held up, but what we're seeing now is Russell Vaught's his own agenda being implemented into what we're now seeing as like the dismantling of the federal government. So he believes that DEI is a waste and therefore it's gone. He's like purposely attacking certain um supports that have really benefited people of color, disproportionately like underserved communities. So this is really important why I'm like urging everyone to go and listen to this episode. We will link it, I promise, but to give you some of the like, takeaways. So Vought is the director of Office of Management and Budget. And again, not the sexiest of titles, but really, this is the architect behind the Trump administration dismantling of federal agencies, slashing foreign aid, pausing and canceling over 400 billion for infrastructure, clean energy, projects in blue states, ending the Justice Department's independence from the president, stuffing so many budget cuts in the so-called one big beautiful bill, and expanding the power of the president. He was also one of the people behind Project 2025, which was intended to be a blueprint for a second Trump term. So he worked in the first Trump like era, learned a lot of lessons, came back, and this is why this like all clicked for me. This is why in January we saw Trump signing bill after bill. Yes, 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 right? And we were all like, our heads were spinning. Like, for one, we are like, what just happened to Joe Biden? Where did he go? Like, we had this beautiful pause and calm after the craziness of 2020. And we're like, how is he signing all these things? Well, what Vought did was like, hey, lessons learned from the first term. I'm gonna like, this is what I'm gonna do for you, Donald. I'm gonna make sure that you don't have to think about what is legal or what is morally right. If I put it in front of you, it's part of your agenda. So he just signs, signs, signs. Um, Vought, most importantly, we should mention, he has um taken ownership and pride in the fact that he is a Christian nationalist and like owns that title. And a lot of his decisions are based on that. So we're talking about your right to your body as a woman, um, who you are nationality wise, if you're white or not. I mean, these are some like inherently ugly things to put forward as like policy. The mix of like religion and church and state, like he does not believe that. So this is a really important character to like learn about and really call out because he has been operating in the back happily. He's like, I don't want the front and center. And he does it when he does go front and center. It's because it's like part of an agenda. So I wanted to call this out. This was just something to like further bring awareness to because
And
kind of
is he currently in the administration?
he what do you mean?
Like, is he currently still in the Trump administration?
He is he is
And he was allowed to talk on a
he is the
podcast?
director. No, he's not talking on this. Okay,
Oh, okay.
this article and the podcast I listened to was all the findings from Andy Kroll, who's
Oh, archived recordings.
yeah, this is the journalist. He looked at
Oh.
archived recordings. He's talked to people who've worked in these departments and in these government branches, and has talked to people who've worked with him or have been like directly affected by him. Russ Vought is has said, and this is where I knew him from, is he's someone that I've seen talk about Christian nationalism.
Okay, so that makes more sense. I was like, how is he allowed to be on a podcast? Okay, I realize now that it's like archived sound bites.
Yeah. Um,
Got it. Okay, and also just so I have it and don't forget it, for the first time ever, the regularly red state, Mississippi, actually overturned and went blue.
oh yes, yeah.
So
Yep.
I just want to keep that. I also want to just like point that out too. So that happened. A lot of things that were originally red actually overturned to blue. So it, it it's we're not trying to get overzealous, overexcited, but
Uh-huh.
it's good news that there's these things that were distinctively red that
Yeah,
are
well, people are
turning blue.
practicing their rights and they're saying no, we want democracy. And I think that that is so important. The amount of people that I saw in the voting lines, crazy wait lines, like people are like, no, I'm here and speaking out, and we're not slaves. We're not just like workers. We don't just fund your pockets and these billionaires just get to like feed off of us like freaking what is it called? Like a parasite. Like get out of here and then call us the ones who are lazy. No. Um, yeah, I think this is I was trying to find so there's this like conversation in this article with Tucker Carlson and Vought. It starts off, there's before it, but I just want to call this out. Tucker Carlson, who do they work for? Vought. They think they work for themselves. They think that they are Carlson. So they have the power to kill people just because they awarded themselves that power. Vought. Carlson, the power to kill people, I mean. Vought. They believe that they have the power for all the prosecutions and that the president doesn't get a say in any of that, and that we have to go at that as hard as we possibly can. Someone named Gross. Well, Andy Kroll, welcome to Fresh Air. We have a lot to talk about. And then they laugh. Andy Kroll, yeah, we sure do. It's a real pleasure to be here. Gross, pleasure to have you. So let's get into what we just heard Russell Vought say. I'll start with federal agencies. Why are they such a big target for Vought? Kroll, Russ Vought believes that federal agencies are one of the chief reasons that, in his view, the American government has ceased to serve the American people and that it has become this rogue bureaucracy where they are civil servants who are unelected and who have their own agencies. So he believes um, that these like agencies aren't elected into power and they have way too much influence. Like you're talking about like your DEIs, your staff benefits, like all these people who are like trying to like, hey, we want money for to support, our communities. And he's like, no. So it just kind of shows like the thinking. And I think that that piece is like important to kind of understand too, the relationship with Donald Trump, where he like fully trusts this guy, maybe more so than like he trusts a lot of people. So this is like behind, that's why they're calling it like the shadow kind of puppet of like this is his mastermind and he's like found the right like person to like be the front man.
So I dare say it's like a outside perspective looking in. Is this a good guy or a bad guy?
I wouldn't. I personally, my values are so different. So for me, not great, not looking good. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say Homeboy, not not Russ Vought, but Homeboy is not looking over all of these bills and all of these things that he's signing left and right. He definitely has someone behind the scenes, so that's good to know, like our shadow president
It makes
is.
more sense now, right? Like that
Yeah.
makes sense why they were all lined up. I mean, I assumed that it was like everything that you didn't get done the first term that you're like going and shooting for this past term, but I think it was a little bit more strategic, right? And maybe that's the surprise is that Trump seems so erratic at times and doesn't seem strategic, where Vought is like this like he has a strategy, he has like this goal, right? And that makes it a little bit more mastermind and a little bit more scary. Um, but anyways, outside of that, I think we're gonna shift gears and go into it's like dark, offensive, and then like kind of like borderline like idiotic feelings. So we're going into the offensive Halloween costumes that came up that people thought were a good idea.
You go first with the first one you put in, and I'll bring up the Trump one.
All right, so Lauren Boebert, racially charged Halloween costume. So she's a Republican, Lauren Boebert, and her boyfriend. So this is the lady that was caught giving fellatio at a movie theater a little while ago. Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh God. Okay. She was like all over the news and definitely like the butt of a lot of jokes. So her and her
He was
boyfriend,
like caught, like kicked out of the theater.
yeah. 'Cause she was
Wow.
so her and her boyfriend, Kyle Percy, a real estate broker from Windsor, Colorado, attended a Halloween party on Friday night. Oh, well, a couple Fridays ago, portraying a Mexican woman and an immigration and customs enforcement agent.
An ICE agent.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
call a spade a spade.
Uh-huh. People said it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Even the conservatives at the party were in shock. People avoided them. A person who attended the party said, yeah, gross. So if you look at the picture, you're just like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Was
Like,
this at the this wasn't at the White House Halloween party, was it?
no, this was a party in Colorado.
Okay, because there was another one. Remember when AOC wore the dress that said like tax the rich on the back in red?
Mhm.
There was a woman that dressed up for the Mar-a-Lago
Ugh.
Trump Halloween party that instead of saying tax the rich, it says or instead of saying tax, it said marry the rich. And it was someone that was literally a wife of someone else that was a member of like his friend group. So it's like they just like
Oh,
don't care. Like at this
they
point, they
don't get
just don't
it.
care.
Yeah.
They don't get they get it, but I think like they don't care.
Mm.
And another one was Erica and Laura lead Trump family Halloween costumes with us with swipe at No King's protest.
Yeah.
I'll include the link because you can see a picture with it. But basically, the moms shared their outfits. No kings with a winking emoji.
I don't
The
get what the kids are supposed to be. Like one is like a
So it says Laura revealed her son's costume on Wednesday episode of Right View with Laura Trump, where she said Luke had a very interesting outfit. Reference posters. He decided like a month ago. Oh, he decided, sure. Okay, girl, sure. This child decided, sure. Okay, liar, allegedly. He's like, I know what I want to be for Halloween. I was like, great. Give me the order so I can get this done. He said, I'm gonna be money. Yeah, okay, Jan, your fucking son. Okay, sure. I don't fucking believe goddamn word you're saying. That's right. Yeah, I mean, you think this is Donald Trump's grandson? My son Luke is gonna be money. She kept her and her husband's costumes a secret until she posted a photo of the family to social media on Friday that said the caption, hashtag no kings. Eric's older brother was didn't sport a costume this year, but he was quick to share his children to social media. That's gross. These are fucking kids. I doubt your fucking
So
child said,
gross.
I want to be money.
No.
Ew. You're gross. You're disgusting.
Yeah, I'm just
You're allegedly a bad mom.
allegedly. That's true.
Irresponsible parenting, allegedly.
All right, so going into Millie Bobby Brown, lots of stuff with this David
David Harbour.
Harbour guy, but yeah, there are pages and pages inside Millie Bob
Good old Millie Bob.
Millie Bobby Brown's chocolate allegations. So um she basically the news has broken ahead of the Stranger Things season 5 premiere, which we have an update. He is not joining the press release.
And also, we have another update.
Oh.
After you read this, continue reading, and then I'll tell you what the update is.
Amid controversy surrounding David Harbour following the release of his ex-wife's Lily Allen's divorce album, as Netflix stays silent. Oh, well, not
Oh,
anymore.
and she was dressed as Madeline.
Oh, how funny. Oh my God. Here's everything we know about the complaint in the exhibit. But anyway, so I heard that it's not sexual. Did you?
No, it's bullying.
Yeah, bullying.
And also last night, speaking of, last night was the official, because it's technically no Stranger Things Day. It's the day that Will, the lead character, gets taken.
Oh.
So that's the premiere happened yesterday, and they were on the red carpet together, David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown. So they were interacting with each other. They were like closing the shots. So the thing is this accusation, the report happened, which Netflix tried to kill. But obviously, David Harbour is not going to be part of the press tour of like the actual like interviews and stuff.
The right
Um,
call.
because I think the technical release of the first part of three is November 26th. So it's supposed to be the day before Thanksgiving. Um, so there's still some time. They're going to start doing interviews. The premiere was yesterday, November 6th. However, the accusations, the report, and all that stuff happened prior to the filming of season 5. And as we know, these children are now like elders at this point that are supposed to be allegedly children still in the show. So they've been filming for quite some time, season 5, for the last, I think, 2 years. So the actual things that have come out now, perfectly timed around that Lily Allen uh, recordings and the songs, all of it actually stems from 2 years ago. So, of course, by now they have resolved it. It's been hashed. It's just been released now into the public stream. So, of course, yesterday, with being the premiere, they're able to interact because this happened 2 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm curious, like, if there'll be any quotes from her allegations. I know it's like bullying, but I'm just curious, like, what did he say?
He just all around does not seem like a stand-up chat. So
Yeah. I feel
I just
like
think that the next person that dates David Harbour needs to be mindful. That's all I'm gonna say there. Um, the other thing before we go into the good news we're sipping, I do want to actually play into the fact that this is something we're going to talk about and what we watched, but Nobody Wants This got season 3 announced, so I'm very excited. And we'll go into your thoughts and about season 2 because I have some thoughts about the ending and all that stuff. But we'll go into that, into what we watched, because right now we're going to go into good news we're sipping. And I want to shout out, for some time now, it's been very like, if you haven't heard about this, it's been a very public. Just he's not braggadocious about it apparently. So Christian Bale has spent the last 16 years quietly working on something extraordinary, a $22 million foster care village in Palmdale, California. Basically, he has been spending $22 million of his own money. It includes 12 homes to keep siblings together, apartments for teens who are aging out of the system, and a massive community center to help them thrive and get jobs. So it's a huge community where they literally just basically really advocate for these foster families.
Are they
Um,
done? Are they finished? Because we did talk about this once, I think
like
like,
early on.
yeah. So they must be done. I saw like a picture of him outside of it and it looks beautiful. It honestly
Hmm.
looks like a beautiful new build community. Like
Exactly. It's called Together California, and it's built to do what the foster care system often can't, keep siblings together. The village will have 12 family style homes, only 12, which is kind of odd, but 12 family style homes. Hopefully, it can grow. Studio apartments for young adults who are aging out of the care so they can still be close by, and a 7,000 square foot community center for educational and support programs. Bale co-founded the project with Dr. Eric Azrelian and Tim McCormick, and he's been involved from the ground up for the last 16 years, planning, fundraising, and making sure that it's built with warmth and dignity, not bureaucracy. So move-ins are expected to start in late 2025. It's finally done.
it's such a beautiful thing to do.
The vision is always clear, a place where foster kids can grow, belong, and stay connected
This
to the people who matter the most, their brothers and sisters.
reminds me of like a I forget there was like two celebrities recently who just called out other like millionaires, billionaires who were like, "You're not doing enough."
Oh, Billie Eilish, she
Oh yeah,
donated a good percentage of her actual net worth,
yeah,
and literally in the same room as Mark Zuckerberg said, I am vowing right now to donate X amount percent to provide to people who are not able to have, XYZ. And I feel like billionaires, you need to do the same. And
mm,
apparently Mark Zuckerberg got very uncomfortable and was affected by it. And so it's like, oh, you're
yeah.
actually affected by speech. Okay. But it's
So
like they're saying that if Elon Musk donated 15% of his, and he's worth billions, if he donated like 15% of his net worth, that they could actually pay for SNAP benefits for like 10 years. Just 15%.
that's crazy.
And he won't. Obviously not.
No,
No
you
one needs $1 billion.
know,
No
no,
one.
no. You can get everyone. There's enough money to go around, but we just have a problem.
Yeah, they're selfish motherfuckers.
Yeah. hmm Um.
Another good news recipient is Campus Burgers in San Jose. Uh, they actually did a public post a day ago, basically saying, "Attention community." Again, this is Campus Burgers on 1701 Park Avenue in San Jose, 95126. Um, they posted, due to the government shutdown, many in our community are facing reduced access to meals. This Tuesday, November 11th, coming up, Veterans Day, our Park Avenue campus burgers location will be giving away free cheeseburger, fries, and a drink to anyone who eats it. No purchase, no proof, no questions asked. Starting at 11 a.m. until we run out of food. If you or anyone needs a meal, just share and arrive.
I love
It
this.
it's these businesses that they're literally no questions asked, no proof that you need it. Like, but obviously don't be greedy. Like, obviously, if you know that this is happening, don't be greedy and just do it because you can. Um, really for the people who are having hardship, really for the people who can't afford to have an extra meal. Um, definitely just these businesses are really just showing up and really showing out. And I think a lot of other businesses could do the same. It doesn't have to be like a never-ending thing. It could be like this, where it's on a day, starting at this time until we run out of food, we're able to provide meals. That is a beautiful, beautiful sentiment. So applause to Campus Burgers.
Yep, definitely is
Yeah.
amazing. I hope to see more like larger businesses too, like start to like contribute like this.
Could you
I think
imagine?
I think some of them do, um, even prior to this, but I think that there's more to do, and it's nice to see like these small businesses taking care of like their communities, and this is kind
Yeah.
of the
This
same
is
as
not like a smash burger. This is literally a singular business doing what they can. That's beautiful.
yeah, totally, 100%.
Mhm.
Um, on that note, let's go into what we watch. Do you want to go first?
Sure. So pre-Halloween, so for like a day and a half, I think, until I left town, continued to watch Vampire Diaries. Stupendous, a great rewatch. But then the moment Halloween ends, sorry, guys, gals, and gays and theys. We're in Christmas Town, USA now. So I ended up going over to Gilmore Girls and started the rewatch of Gilmore Girls after Halloween has passed. So I'm in Gilmore Girls land because they're very fall and Christmas centric. Um, been enjoying it, loving it. Anytime that I'm just like, I don't really have anything that I really specifically want to watch or need to watch. I'm
Mhm.
just gonna throw up a Gilmore Girls and see how many episodes I can get through. And it's always like fun because I can actually put it on while the boys are around. It's not like dare I say, Stranger Things. I did unpause my rewatch starting yesterday on Stranger Things Day. I only had 5 episodes left, so I'm like, okay, fine, I guess I'll unpause it.
Yeah.
I think I watched 2 episodes. I think I have like no, actually 3 episodes. I have 2 episodes left. I obviously know how it ends. And I'm really not happy about it because
Yeah. Some tough one. I think I'm
freaking
gonna watch the last episode before I go into the new one.
freaking Eddie.
I know. I'm sorry.
So I'm just like kind of trucking along because I still technically I want to say like 2.5 weeks left until the premiere. But if you didn't see, Netflix released the first 5 minutes of the new season yesterday,
So funny. I've
and
never
I
heard that.
watched it.
Of course. Don't give them that. They're like, let's see if this works.
Oh, it worked. Are you
Oh, I bet it
fracking kidding me?
was. Smart.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say basically they go to the actual origin episode of when Will gets taken in the first season, but they show his perspective of when it happened, and that's the start of the 5th season. Wowie, wowie, wowie. I'm just gonna tell you right now, especially since Damian just walked away, I'm just going to say it. Holy moly, moly, oly. So we kind of already knew that obviously there was an attachment and there was always like the upside down was always attached to him. But no, 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 no. There's so much more. Vecna's been there since the beginning. And we kind of knew that. We had that alluded to us that Vecna's been there since the beginning, just not unknowing, like kind of thing. Oh no. They show Vecna's always had Will chosen from the beginning. And that was like the end of the first 5 minutes that you get to finally realize like Vecna's been around since the beginning. I mean, you already knew, but like still, it's
Yeah,
it's like the confirmation that everyone needed to know right off the bat.
he's got him in mind. I know I need to rewatch. Okay, I'm gonna rewatch now.
Rewatch. Well,
Like,
then you need to rewatch now because you only have 20 days.
I know. 20?
Yeah, it starts on the day before Thanksgiving.
That's a lot of time. No, I mean, I'm just gonna rewatch like one episode. The one
Oh, I thought you meant the whole series.
too
I was like,
much.
girlfriend, you already admitted on air that you're not a rewatch gal.
No,
So,
but speaking of Gilmore Girls, I put it on for the boy. Well, sorry, I put it on for me while they were napping, and then they woke up and they usually watch a show like while they're slowly waking up from their nap. And it was still playing. I forgot to like press pause, and they're just like watching. They were actually
mhm.
watching it. That's unheard of, like to watch like a live action.
Really?
Yeah, we just watch cartoons.
Oh,
Like
our kids are totally different. My kids love real people. They love to watch things with real people on it.
they're not like real people, but they were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "To watch Gilmore Girls with me."
Yeah. Oh no, my kids, Wyatt will seriously roll out and like just cuddle up and he'll watch a couple episodes of Gilmore Girls and be like, all right, enough of this. I need to watch Halloween animatronics. And then he'll be like, YouTube, Halloween, YouTube Halloween.
Cute.
Which means Halloween animatronics. Like they literally just watch people looking at Halloween animatronics all day. um, but yeah, aside from that, I did watch the second episode of It. Welcome to Derry.
Mhm.
Wow.
No, no
S-
spoilers, please. I am
Oh
watching.
no, no. So you saw Devil Baby last week.
Mhm.
Um, I thought there's no single solitary way they could top the gore factor of episode one. There's no possibility. Oh, they did. My God. And it wouldn't end. It was like the most gory, graphic thing I've ever seen. And it wouldn't stop. It just kept going and going and going. And you thought the that part of the episode was over, and nope, it just kept going.
Yeah.
So, oh, dare I say, oh, they're gonna try to top themselves every single episode. So I'm bracing myself for episode three because holy moly. I
Yeah.
can't. Have you watched episode two?
No, that's why I'm like, don't give me spoilers
I'm
because
not going to.
I need to watch episode two.
Oh
Um,
my God.
like,
Tell me when you do because you'll be like, holy actual mother effing crap.
I don't know because I like the first episode was really good, but like I said, I think because I knew that there was like the demon baby and like I was already mentally prepared, I was like laughing, instead. So
I'm not going to say dilly squat.
that's why I'm like, don't tell me that way. Like I will be surprised and I'll tell you. But I love Stephen King. I read his like writing book. I've love his son's writing too is like really right on par. So
Get just brace yourself.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Oh, well, speaking of, real quick, did you know that apparently Stephen King and the original writer of Gremlins are on to do a new version of Gremlins?
That's hilarious. I cannot wait.
The
That's
only reason that I'm actually okay with it is because both of them are on, the writer
Mhm.
and Steven Spielberg as producer are going to be on together to do it. So I'm like, okay, that's the only acceptable. If they weren't on, I'd be like, fuck no, don't give me your CGI bullshit. Oh no, no, no. I'm okay with it if both of them are on. So, last but not least, before I pass it on to you, have you watched the raved about in the most negative sense called All's Fair on Hulu
No, I haven't, but
with
what?
Kim K
Yeah, I saw
and
the previews and I think I heard about it on our show. Are you liking it or not liking it?
I haven't watched it because again, when the whole Jimmy Kimmel situation happened, I canceled my membership, so I don't have Disney Plus or Hulu. I will be getting it back when I start having to watch Tell Me Lies. That's the only time I'm gonna bring it back. So I haven't watched the show, but I have literally watched portions of the show because of social media. And let me tell you, the fact that it started off with it's so bad that it actually got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
All that.
It has upped it to 5% now.
Yeah.
Um, but the actual collective, like the normal people, is now rated at 65%. So people are saying it's so bad, it's good. It's so campy, it's bearable. Like there's so many excuses for it, but the fact that I heard that if you there it's just like the cast is stupendous. The cast of the
Yeah.
people are out of this world. Like Kim K aside, like the cast is insane. Glenn Close literally says again, Glenn Close, for some reason I said Glenn Close. Glenn Close says to a man, I wish your mom swallowed. If you want to hear her say that, apparently watch the show because there are just a lot of those one-liners, a lot of those tongue-in-cheek, a lot of those snarky comments. So I'm like, cool, did I write half of
A
this?
great cast. I think they're just like it's I think like partly probably because it's Kim K, like maybe they just purposely
Like really
she's
criticized.
yeah, I don't hate her. I watch her other stuff and like whether she portrays herself that way or not, she really is a hard worker. Like she's
Yeah,
probably doing three jobs while I'm doing one.
yeah.
And she has more help, I get it, and more money, but like I don't hate a well working person
She's not
who's
lazy.
like literally. going for it. So go her. Like, why hate on her? Get over
You
yourself.
you go, girl.
Yeah, you go, girl.
Uh, but yeah, so actually this is something that I'll probably watch once I do see that Tell Me Lies is now back on. I'll go back and watch the things that I didn't watch. I just am like, I actually kind of like the fact that I'm very limited to a certain amount of streamers because before I had like all of them
Yeah.
and I wasn't really watching all of them, but I was paying for all of them. Now I'm just like very much like Netflix, HBO, or YouTube, and maybe Amazon Prime. Like that's about it. Like I don't need Peacock right now. I don't need Hulu, Disney Plus right now. My kids are doing fine without Disney Plus. So I think it's like just the fact that like once I get back into the rhythm of like Tell Me Lies, then I'll go back and watch it. But I think at this point I'm having a grand old time hearing about how All's Fair is. So yeah.
Um,
What did you watch?
It's so funny in my head. I was like, oh, I think my medicine kicked in, and then I
And
sneezed.
then it laughed at you and be like, haha, you thought so.
Yeah, bear with me, guys. Okay. I watched a lot. I feel like I've been like
You watch
off.
more than me.
Yeah, it's shocking. Okay. Um, let's say save nobody wants this for last, but let's not go too crazy. Like I don't want to spend like 15 minutes because I will just be sneezing and snotting everywhere. Okay. So I watched the movie Weapons. It's on HBO. It has a 90 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes. I say this because I know that some people like won't watch things in
No,
this.
people are raving about it.
And there's like a lot of different interpretations. So it got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it is described as, let's see, when all but one child, this is the synopsis, so I'm not giving anything away. When all but one child from the same classroom mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. Great cast. You got Julia Garner in it, Josh Brolin, and then a few other familiar faces, Benedict Wong, Alden, or how do you say his last name? Aaron Reich, Austin Abrams, Amy Madigan. So really great cast, so creepy, well done. Not in the sense where like I hate like a slasher movie, so it's not
And
nothing.
like the like boo kind of thing.
Yeah. There were some scary moments where that like, like pops out of you, but you know when they're coming. Very, very creepy. So good job. So I highly recommend if you like kind of that scary vibe. Although right now, like you said, we are going into Christmas, but if you haven't seen it and you like that stuff, go for it. It's a good one.
I personally am the gal that watches Black Christmas every year, so I personally like spooky stuff year round. So I think this will be good for people who do still, they don't need to just watch spooky stuff during a certain season.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been raved about left and right.
I just Googled, is Weapons based on a true story? No, the movie Weapons is not based on a single true story, but director Zach Krager has stated that the film is incredibly personal and inspired by his own life. The supernatural
Wait,
horror,
what? His own
yeah, that's
life?
crazy, is fictional, but the emotional core comes from his personal grief over the sudden death of a close friend. Interesting.
Huh.
Um, if you were asking you were asking about like whether or not you don't like to see like things where children get hurt.
Yeah.
I told
That was not fair. So yeah, I told Dami during my birthday that when she was telling me originally that she watched a movie and I told her I was like, "Oh, I don't want to hear about it just yet because I don't like it's obviously like not the time right now." And I was like, "Because I don't want to hear about kids like and the hardships and stuff like that." And she goes, "No, I don't really think this is going to be like one of those movies because that's also something like it's hard for me to go. I've watched every single episode of SVU. And then once I had kids, it's actually where if I see a description about the fact that a child's getting harmed, I'm like, I can't watch it.
yeah, this so just if anyone else out there is like that too, you're not seeing kids get hurt. Um it's more on like the people that are trying to find them. that the psychological and all the horror stuff is there
Like
with
the outside people.
adults, yeah. But
Okay.
there's like the one kid, and psychologically, you're like, I'd be upset if that was my baby.
Yeah, because I think like
That
once you
that
become it's one of those things, once you become a parent, it's really hard to watch like certain things that I've watched prior to having kids and then I try to rewatch.
yeah.
I can't really rewatch anymore because I'm like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't realize how dark this was until I had a kid. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is so, so sad, so scary, so messed up.
Yeah,
And you
so
don't think about those things until you have children.
oh, totally. So this is I'll just give you that. So but I still highly recommend it. And then
I'll watch it.
yeah, I think you should. I think you like especially like being like a horror film buff.
Yeah.
Then I watched Love is well, prior to Weapons, I watched finished Love is Blind. We didn't get to talk about that. I saw the reunion. Honestly, a big
Nothing burger.
a big nothing burger of like what you already knew. These people are so weird, so annoying. And honestly, like like the hosts also came off like kind of just like annoying. Like at this part it was just uncomfortable.
Not a good season.
No, it was a good season because they were so freaking nuts and like people are talking about it. So like in theory, great season. Reunion,
Yeah.
weird. The best thing about it is I learned a new artist. I was like, "Oh, who is this guy singing at the beginning of?" They brought in a music artist.
Oh yeah,
And
what is that all about? They started that last season, I
yeah.
think, like where all of a sudden somebody's singing.
Well, now I know who Miles Smith is, and I liked it. So I was like, cool, that's fun. Other than that, a big nothing burger and a big fart to them.
Oh,
Um, anyways, then I've been watching The Pit, getting through that. I'm almost done.
oh
Literally,
my God, I cannot wait till
um,
you're done.
I finished Only Murders in the Building season finale. Guys, love Only Murders in the Building. Okay, the
I
fashion,
need to
the
watch
the
the last two
wit, the
seasons.
banter, the storyline, the stars. I mean, like, what is there not
I
to?
heard though that the last couple episodes, it was like you're trucking along.
Nope.
No?
Screw that. I love it. And because I don't, yeah, I love it. Nope, that
Okay.
was great. Mm-mm.
I'll take your word for it.
I've also, so I watched this like maybe a year ago and I forgot and I was like, oh, let me throw this back into the mix because I just want to finish it. You know, the season of finishing things. A Discovery of Witches. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's very like grown-up Vampire Diaries. So if you like Vampire Diaries, you
Never
will,
even heard of it.
it's on Netflix. Um, check it out.
Discovery of Witches?
Discovery of Darkness. I really liked the first season. The second season was good, and then it was kind of like hard to, and so there's a third season, and that is the one that I'm on, and I'm like, I'm finishing this bitch.
So is it
But
good, or is it
watch
like hard to watch? Ah,
the
there we go.
the first season is really good, and if you
Okay.
caught me the first season, I would have been like, watch it. But I think because I was like binging, I kind of lost my own interest. So I don't, I'm maybe not the best person to like.
So is it good to watch like maybe a couple episodes here and there, or is it good to watch binge?
Yeah, a couple episodes here
Okay,
and yeah.
got it.
You need like a kind of witchy romance, vampire romance type thing.
That's my jam.
Yeah. Okay, um the nostalgia movie, Runaway Bride. Guys, I don't think I've ever actually sat and watched this movie. I've seen
It's
bits
so
and
good.
pieces. It's so good. I love it. But also the
We're-
misogyny. Hilarious. It did not like just but love it. And also I think my official girl crush is Julia Roberts. Like she is
Rabbits.
rivet- she is so beautiful. And I love her voice and her face and her body and her clothes. Like I literally am obsessed with
You
her.
want to know a fun fact? Is my dad hated Julia Roberts because of her straight across smile.
I don't believe him. I think he secretly was so obsessed with her that he just like needed to hate her because
Dad, weigh in.
yeah. And then lastly, I watched 50 Shades of Grey. I guess I rewatched it. I watched it in
What is so weird is I got targeted to watch it too, and I was like, I'm gonna give this a go over rewatch. Kid you not. I rewatched it within the last like month.
That's hilarious. So I watched it in theaters, totally forgot about it, and never
Me
watched the other
too.
movies. Um, so I was like, I want to watch the other movies, but it's been years. So I have to watch this one, and I was like watching it on the couch, like a ashamed little kid.
Did your husband walk out?
Hardcore paused. Pause.
Oh, I thought you meant like hardcore moment. I was like,
Oh,
oh, well then you had a fun night then.
pause. Go away.
Oh, why didn't you just be like, come and watch this, get
Don't
inspired?
watch this with me. No, because I'm like, no, I'm looking
No,
at.
trust me, don't worry. With my ex, when these first originally came out, with my ex, I would never dare watch these with him because he'd be like, "These are so lame. Those are so cheesy."
Oh no. I mean, I was like giving like playful googly eyes because he knew I was watching. I was like,
Like, hey, want to reenact that?
but now I started the second one, so
What is
I'll
the second one? There's 50 Shades of Grey,
the shades darker.
50 Shades Darker, and what's the other one?
Free for 50 Shades.
Freed.
I don't
There's
know.
only three.
Yeah, there's only three. So I will report back
Then
next.
I definitely did watch the first two then, because I remember I watched the first one. I was like, all right, well, I watched the first one. Let me watch the second one. And then I think like I watched like a quarter of it and I haven't finished it.
Got to get back on it. Okay, let's go
Yeah,
into Nobody Wants Us, but like 5 minutes, Danielle, because I gotta go to bed.
that's fine, Grandma. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Go. Tell me your thoughts. I'm the one who watched it and I already talked about it.
Are
Tell
we
me.
gonna talk about this? We
Well,
didn't.
yeah. No, but the thing is, you had me like allude, like I couldn't like talk about certain things, so I had to allude to how it was. So tell me your thoughts on how far you've gotten, because did you finished all the way through, right?
Finished all the way through.
Okay, so let's talk about the end because a lot of people are saying like, oh, so the ending of the second season is basically the same as the first season.
Yes, yes, yes. But I think, oh, wait. It is. I was thinking that too.
Kinda.
But she
Yeah.
like runs and then,
But it's just kind of vice versa because she also runs technically.
oh, yes. Okay, so this is at the end of her sister's party, engagement party, and are there children?
No, there are sounds coming outside, but I think it's my neighbor.
Okay.
Continue. I'll let you know if you need to call the police.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, so they have this moment where they're like, no, and then it's like, it's bigger than that. And then she says, you're in luck. So they kind of changed it up.
They did, but what do you think? Like, do you feel like she was dragging ass through the whole second season? Because a lot of people are saying like she was dragging ass.
Well, I think we did talk about this in the potential sister-in-law saying like you could just fake it. And
Yeah.
but I also loved that then later she was like the one who was like, you basically are Jewish, like you complain, you like you eat whatever first or what like saying all those things.
Yeah.
Well, it was really sweet and like a cute moment. Um, but I love this show. I think
I
it's
love it.
a really good show and
What
I
do you think the third, because since they did get approved, going back to what I already said, they did get it confirmed for a third season. Do you want them to officially be engaged third season? Do you want her to have started the conversion process third season? What are you hoping
you
to
know
see in the third
I,
season?
here's the funny thing. So like the I saw on Instagram someone was like applauding how like they are doing like realistic characters, problem solving, communication, and like very well. It's not this like rom-com,
Easy peasy, like, let's just do
right?
this and do this.
But I almost feel like, in a sense, because they're such raw and real characters, I almost feel like they're so, like, and I'm doing air quotes, guys, perfect
Oh
together.
my God, I'm like so if you're not watching, I do like show and tell. I literally do like jazz hands like throughout. You guys are missing out if you're not listening or watching and you're only listening.
Actually, please don't watch this episode because I was like very snotty and there was definitely pee pee hanging out of my nose at like one point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
girl, that's the fun
cute.
stuff.
And I'm in PJs, so
Well, no,
um
everyone wants to see that.
that's true. Anyways, no, I just feel like they're like if you met these people in real life, you'd be like, please get married because this is, you guys are,
So, are you hoping in season three, do you want them to be engaged? Do you want her to start conversion? What are you hoping for season three?
yeah, I want to see the conversion. I'm trying to think, like, what is their issue going to be?
Maybe the end of season three is when they should get engaged.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think I think that would be an appropriate timeline because technically if you think about season one to season two, it seems as though it's only happened over the last year.
It's fair. I'm like, is this too soon?
Yeah, I feel like certain people are like,
We
well,
also,
at this age, you should know and you should start just getting the It's not like like these people are in their 20s where it's like they can have this going on for like 7 years and then
yeah,
finally like figure it
please
out.
get it going, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like
Everyone's like
we're all dying here.
40s. Moving along. What's her name? Kristen
Belle?
Bell was like, you don't want to know how old I am or something. There's like a line in the movie there. And also, you sent me the Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
Egg. That was
The
great.
little freaking Easter egg. I totally, because I've never actually seen a Handmaid's Tale after the third episode. So I didn't know tall ass guy that's husband of the fun girl that we love, the one that hates Morgan. Because obviously there is that like are will they won't they situation happening. Um, but apparently a tall guy was actually in Handmaid's Tale, and I didn't know that.
Timothy Simmons play is his real name, and he plays Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha. Tall guy.
Yeah.
Tall guy.
I didn't know either, and saw him in Stale
And no,
past.
and I sent that to you and I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that." And you're like, "What?" So,
Um,
what do you think of that storyline? Okay, let's do that. So I
but
know
we
that
talked about that. We talked about whether or not Morgan and Sasha w would cross a line, and I'm glad.
they did not yet.
I don't th they better not. I hope that they don't do that. I don't.
I
It
hope they don't
feels very
either.
platonic.
I really love the fact that like I would personally, because me, I do have some guy friends that I really like have been able to like obviously since my past, I've actually been able to reinvigorate. And these are like platonic guy friends that are literally I would view as brothers before anything else. So
Yeah.
I feel like there's those just like those friends that I think that people really do need to have of the opposite sex that is a great like confidant. I need your opinion on dot dot dot. I need a man's or slash woman's perspective on dot dot dot. I think it's good to have those friendships. And I'm hoping they keep it as such, even though a lot, I know there's like it's a 50-50 split. A lot of people want to see them stay platonic, and a lot of them want to see them cross the line. So
Yeah.
I know that they may or may not do that in season three. So who knows? Because at the end of season two, it was established that she's done. She's like found herself because we already saw the hint at the point that you got to the last time we talked, where she was like very much like finding herself. She got the bangs, she got like this, she's not sure, blah, blah, blah. And she's very like obviously annoyed with him. And at the end of season two, spoiler alert, obviously at this point, if you're still listening, what the fuck are you doing? Um, at the end of season two, she's done. She calls it on the dance floor. She's done. She's done being together. So it's like now that he's officially single, do you think they're going to cross that line, him and Morgan? Do you think Bangs Girl is going to like go out there and be like, what is she going to do in season three? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think we'll get to see more of her. I also think that she's a fan favorite.
I love her.
So I feel like we'll see more of that storyline. And
If
then
you love her too, like me and you do, watch her on the latest episode of Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast. She is so fun. She's so fun and she gives behind the scenes on the new or the latest season.
the other, I'm gonna take it out of the show.
Yeah.
I did not know because I do live under a rock. I did not know that Adam Brody and Leighton Meester were married.
Did you not know that?
I had no idea.
You want to know another fun fact?
Um,
Bangs Girl,
yeah, her boyfriend. I saw the video. I saw
her
the
boyfriend, yeah, her boyfriend is Leighton Meester's husband in that episode when
yeah,
she's like the influencer girl. Yeah.
so funny. Also, I'm looking at pictures of them in the
Wait,
past
you did not know that?
of Adam Brody and Leighton Meester. I'm looking at their like photos from like
Oh my
2015 on, like their
God. I
final relationship.
fucking love
But
that you didn't know that.
please look at this. I'm gonna send you this link to this article.
Girl, they've been
They like
together
almost
since Gilmore
they
Girls.
almost smile the same. Like it's so funny. They must have they've clearly have been together for a very long
No,
time.
he was Seth Cohen in the OC. She was Blair Waldorf in Gossip Girl.
Yeah,
They got together and they've been together ever since.
that's really cute.
It is, and it's adorable because if you did you ever watch Single Parents with it was a one episode or one season wonder. Uh Leighton Meester was on it and she had Adam Brody play her ex-husband in it that she hated. And it was such a good episode when he played like the cameo of like her ex-husband. It's called Single Parents. It was literally a one season wonder. It was so good. I thought it should have gotten a second season because the other people on it were so fucking funny.
You know,
Um,
I'm gonna say this too, like looking at a lot of pictures and watching a lot of a lot of him recently, I listen, he is a beautiful man, and I don't mean this like disrespectful.
oh,
Like watching him more and more, I'm like, you're not as like perfect per se. Like no one's perfect, but I don't even know how to explain this. Like
do you
I'm
remember he was
watching,
also in Gilmore Girls?
I don't remember. I don't remember that. No.
He's Lane's boyfriend in Gilmore Girls.
That's
He's
so
Dave.
I gotta rewatch it, but yeah, I just like I could see he looks like like a nerd, kind of thing, and you're like
Oh, he's a goober.
I mean he is a goober.
Yeah,
This kind of ruins but that's okay.
the attraction.
No, no,
He's not even like the goober nerd that is like really sexy behind the scenes. Like, no, he's like goober nerd. The end.
yeah,
Like
which is
he's not gonna
lovable.
like tie you up and throw you against the wall. He's just gonna be like, "Hey, girl, I'm gonna make you a nice, fresh sourdough loaf tonight, and maybe perchance a homemade butter. How does that sound, girl? You having a good night? I'll put in an album on, the record player, and we'll just have a great night, our sourdough and butter. You good?" Like
No, that
he's not one to spice it up. Like I can't see him being like, let me freaking tie you up to the bedpost. Like I can't see him being that guy.
I didn't take it there. She took it there, guys. And on that note,
Mhm.
bye
On that note, enjoy
guys.
your potentially tied up nights, depending on your husband or lack thereof, or non tied up nights because you're getting sourdough. You do you, girl or boy.
Maybe you'll get both. Maybe I'll get
Lord, hope so.
both.
Lord, I'm not. Okay, bye.